Now, we've heard the calls for defunding the LAPD. Patrick Healy joins us now with more on what that actually means and how it could work. Patrick.
Colleen and Caroline, part of the problem here is there is no major city that has already done this. There is no role model. But advocates for rethinking public safety point to a number of supportive programs they say are worth expanding to benefit communities at the expense of the police budget. It's an attempt to envision a future in which improving public safety means more than adding to the police force.
Law enforcement doesn't have a monopoly on this. They are a partner in it. And so we haven't invested properly in the other aspects of public safety.
The question is in the details of a reprioritization that a coalition of community groups, labor and others proposed last week and got endorsed, at least in part, by Los Angeles Mayor Eric Garcetti. The cost in the hundreds of millions of dollars to be borne largely with funds diverted from the police budget.
You don't just dismantle the police force, right? You develop complementary strategies, which the city of LA has had, for some 15, 20 years plus now. It's time to make a real investment.
Akilah Sherrills famously negotiated a gang truce the year of the 1992 rebellion and is a firm believer in the power of community, healing centers being one aspect.
The need for healing from this trauma that we have carried for generations and generations cannot be ignored.
In the evolving larger vision of public safety encompassed by so-called police defunding, money that now goes to the police department could fund disadvantaged communities with economic and youth development, support a community justice fund, and support additional healing centers.
You need both those things. You need, healing, you need opportunities, and you need entrepreneurship in order to really begin to lift up communities and to propel them out of the trauma that they're suffering through.
But if it takes any money from the LAPD budget, the officers union says it is opposed. Mayor Garcetti, the council president Martinez are looking at about an 8% portion of the LAPD budget. We're just 5 days in now since this came up and was endorsed. There is a city budget coming up at the end of the month. And the question is, will we have details by then? Reporting live, Patrick Healy, NBC4 News.
Okay.